So y'all been bonding all day on the golf course. I have to ask both of you guys, who's the best player SNN has?
Bit of a loaded question, Lyndon, if you have to ask me. I don't know. I did my best. I did my best to load up on my Donnie B golf tips before we went. I even popped a few up on the golf course. Didn't do it any justice. I probably put about 10 balls in the water.
Do you guys know how you did so far?
We played complimentary golf, which is like he'd hit a great drive, I'd hit a good chip, and somebody else would putt. So we were a good team. We were 7 under without our handicap. I'm not sure how we finished, but you know, there was teams that were 18, 20 under that were cheating like crazy, and we were honest, and so we probably lost.
The good guys.
Yeah.
You know, the guy we played with, Ken Sanders, he's turning 77 in July, and he shoots his age. I mean, he was our best player by far. Guy pounded the ball.
I was just about to bring that up. So every single group plays with a celebrity, and you guys had Ken Sanders. You were saying he has tons of stories. Anything fun you found out about him?
Well, yeah, I mean, he played for the Mets when I was a Met fan growing up, and so in the 75, 76 season, he was with the Mets, and he was telling stories about Tom Seaver and how gracious he is and what a great guy he is, and, you know, how he'd ride the ballpark with him. But you can't tell some of the stories that they tell you on the course, but it was great. And Pat Richter, who you talked to just while he was waiting to go on to be interviewed by you, is just telling me about how he played for Vince Lombardi with the Redskins in 1970, his last season before he got, you know, before Vince Lombardi passed away. But, like, here it is, like, this guy played for Vince Lombardi. It's just amazing to hear some of these stories.
And there were some Pittsburgh guys here. Everybody knows you're a big Yinzer. So was it cool to run into anybody?
There was one Penn State guy. Actually, there was not many Pittsburgh people here. There was one Penn State guy. But one thing I have to say about Ken Sanders, my favorite story was one of my favorite childhood movies growing up was The Field of Dreams. And he told us that he got into real estate after he was done with baseball. And his last sale he made was The Field of Dreams, was the actual field. So I thought that was like really cool. We got to hang out with Kevin Costner and the actual guy whose farm it was. That was like the coolest thing to me because The Field of Dreams is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Best memory of today. You've been out here all day long. I bet you guys are pretty tired.
It was like it was very hot today with no breeze, so you got kind of worn down. It definitely did, but just playing. I mean, it was so fun to be out there and hearing stories of a guy who's played the game, and he's telling us about Billy Martin stories with other guys. Mickey Mantle. And Mickey Mantle was this guy's first strikeout in the major leagues. It's pretty amazing.
It was awesome. It was really cool. We had a lot of fun. I mean, we hit a couple balls straight, a couple more so. A lot of them went to the right and the left, but all fun. I mean, just to hang out, just like a different era. These guys grew up in, like, for me being a little bit younger, like it grew up in like a different sense of it. It was
again, all this money from this tournament goes to charity. Thanks for joining us here on SNN.